Hello everyone. Today I am doing a project with our watermelon that we are seedlings that are growing and ready to plant into the dirt. We planted these about, I would say, a month ago, and it grew in our light greenhouse in our house. And I got some old beat up crates for free from our local farmers market. And I bought these right here from Tractor Supply. Some paper bags that biodegradable paper bags that I'm going to use to line these before I plant our watermelon. Now, if you all want to follow us on this journey on our projects that we do a lot of on our channel and more, we have over 15-20 years experience gardening. We advise you to please hit that like button and subscribe and share. So let's plant some watermelon in some crates. So first off, we are going to need some scissors. We're going to first, of course, just cut this apart. All right, first we're going to need some scissors. We're going to have to shape it in the bottom of this milk crate. So I will do that first. So now we have our bottom layer, and we're going to line it up in this crate. As you can see, it fit in there perfectly. Alhamdulillah. That's our bottom to our crate. Don't bother the dirtiness. This is recycled and it was given to me for free from our local farmers market. So let's do at least 2 sides, because I do want to fill up the dirt all the way to here, to this side, and maybe poke and stick through some of the watermelons. I am probably going to plant about 2 watermelons in each crate. We'll see as we get there, but so far this is the bottom. For the top, what I do is I lay the bag on top and kind of measure it this way so I can do the sides. And by the way, Tractor Supply is not a sponsor of ours, but I would love for them to be. But this will cut to the size of the crate and will cut down, and I'll fill my 2 sides only. So here I lined it, the 2 sides only, so I can leave these parts open for the watermelons to come through once I put the soil in. But so far I'm going to neaten it up by cutting it a little bit, not all of it off, because I'll leave some paper on. It doesn't do anything wrong. And I'll cut the side over here off so it can expose some sun and some warmth into the soil. So let's cut the sides off. All right, so this is our crate. So far I've lined it. I've lined the piece of paper at the way bottom just to have reassurance, and I put 1 layer on. There's actually 2 layers, but the way the Tractor Supply papers are, it comes, the paper is kind of real thorough, heavy duty, because it's for leaves and outside trash, and it's biodegradable. Okay, so now this is how it looks, and I'm going to line the other 3 crates, so stay tuned. All right everyone, so now I've lined all 3 of my crates with the paper. As you can see, I did it. And now I'm going to fill it up with some organic soil. So fill all 3 of them up. Alright, so I've filled up my crates with the bags in it. Right here. Almost, I would say 75% of the crate I filled up. On the very top crate, I'm going to fill it up all the way, which is the blue crate is going to be our top layer. And our bottom layers I'm going to keep at this length and water it in real good, and then we're going to be planting our watermelon, inshallah. Alright, so as you can see, I have our watermelon. There's a little bit of spots on it. I'm going to take that leaf off, but it is ready to plant. What I'm going to do is I'm going to guide it through this hole of the crate and just crush it up, just kind of stimulate the roots a little bit. And now we have the watermelon hanging at one side. So this is the bottom layer crate, and I'm going to be putting it on the other hole as well. So as you can see, I put them through, excuse the screeching chair, but this is how I put the watermelon through the holes of the crate. And here is the bottom of the watermelon where the roots are. I am going to be removing these bottom leaves off of the watermelon and this first flower so it can get more nutrients and grow bigger. So we'll do that to both of these and do it to the second layer crate, which is I'm gonna put the watermelon on each end as well of that. And the bottom, the top of the watermelon tower, I'm going to be putting more watermelons, about 1, 2, 3, and 1 in the middle. So stay tuned. Alright, so I'm going to remove with some scissors, or you can use your hands, these bottom leaves, just like that. I know it's hard to do that, but it's best for the plants to get more nutrients to the top. There we go. We removed the first layers. I'm going to do the same with all of these and remove this flower, which is going to be sucking a lot of energy and taking away from the leaves and getting more watermelon. Here we go. Let's do this one. And this first flower, which is hiding underneath there, I'm going to remove that too. Alright, so with some more paper, what I did is I cut it like in a little shape of a half circle so I can place that on top of my watermelon right here, and then push it in so I can add the soil to cover up these roots. Alright, so I did that to both sides. This is how it looks. And now I'm going to place more dirt. So this is how the bottom layer looks. Now I'm going to do the second layer. I covered all the roots. And this is how it looks. And now I'm going to do the second layer. This is from a different angle, but this is the same way I did the first one right here. And I'm going to add the paper to the side, and I took the very bottom leaves off and kind of face it towards the bottom so it can grow, the roots can grow into the soil. And now I am going to put the paper and more dirt. Alright, this is crate number 2. I finished the sides, and now I'm going to put more dirt to cover the roots. Alright, here we've done our 2 crates, our bottom layer and our second layer, and now we're going to work with our last layer, which is the top layer. So I'll do the same method I did with the first and second layer, and now the top layer is just going to have extra watermelon on top. And if they get too big, I'll always cut them off and cut them out so I can get more nutrients. But let's start with this one. So this is our top layer. As you can see, I did the same thing as the first and second layer. Now this is the top layer. The only difference is the middle watermelon. And I'm also going to place some marigolds around the watermelons so it can help with bugs and pests. So let's fill this up with more dirt, and I'll put some marigolds around it. Alright, so the top layer is complete before I put my marigold flowers in it. This is how it looks. And I mixed it with my organic compost soil from our garden, from composting. So it's really good nutrients in this soil that we've been composting for over 2 years. And I mixed it with a little bit of sand so it can be like kind of a little loamy and well draining. And so I'm going to add some marigolds around this whole entire plant. So we'll see. So we are finished with all of our 3 layers, and this is our bottom one, and I'm going to start stacking. All right, this is the other side. That's how it looks. I'm going to start stacking after I water them really well. So let's do this. You can build it higher if you want to. I want to start off with 3 because it's a little bit more simple. If I need to add more little things to help the watermelons grow and climb, I can add like sticks on each side of this area. So as the vines get longer and longer, I can add sticks and have them grow easier without as much stress on the crate. But we'll see. Like I said, this is a project. You all are going to be updated and following us as this inshallah grows. So let's water it. So now I'm going to water. Make sure you like to really water when you transplant your seedlings or any type of plant. You want to make sure it's really watered well. Don't drown them, but make sure at least damp so you don't have to water for a few days. So now that I watered our milk crate watermelon, I'm now going to stack it. So this is the first layer. Second layer, I made it like I put one facing this way and then one facing that way. And this is our second layer. Now let's put our third layer, which is the top. Here is the whole setup of the watermelon crates. Thanks for watching, and hope everyone stays tuned for updates, inshallah. I am going to be making some compost juice for my watermelons, and I'm going to be using the BPA free cups, eco-friendly cups. And first I'm going to be using this to burn some holes so the compost water juice can come out slowly. So I'm going to first do one hole. Here.
Now we put the holes in it for our compost juice.
I'm going to be using some banana peel and some old greens that I saved that were bad from the garden, and I'm going to use that for our compost juice. I'm going to be filling these 3 cups for our watermelon. Cut up all of my compost juice components, and then now I'm going to add some in our cups. Just stuff it in there. It will biodegrade over time. I'm gonna continue doing the rest of the cups. Just pack it in there. And last cup. This is the first day of our watermelon tower and crates, milk crates. As you can see, they perked up. What I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be adding some compost juice to our thing in a slow water drip system that I made. And I'll show it's early in the video. That's how I showed you how I made it, with some household scraps and old things that I have in the compost in the house. And I'm going to be putting it inside of our watermelon crates for continuous feed. Alright, so now this is the compost, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a hole right here where the cup can go inside here in the center. And with my compost cup, I'm going to enter that inside, press it in a little bit, and that's how it looks right there. Now I'm going to be adding some water. So now this is our composter. As you can see, the water sunk in really well, but every 3 days I will be adding more water so they can slowly for surely degrade these vegetables over time and feed our watermelons, inshallah. I added the compost to all 3 of the milk crate watermelon, and I'm going to stack them back up. So I added all the compost juice, so now that should give it feed for a few months. Every so often, when this compost biodegrades and feeds all the plants, I would add more different types of nutrients as the watermelon ages, inshallah. But so far, this is the crate. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more and updates. To show everybody our harvested purple cabbage, and they look pretty healthy, and I got a whole entire big bucket full of them. So I'm gonna freeze them to save for food storage. Well, everyone, this is our little garden tour video. Just a snippet of it, a sneak peek. This is our potted area. We have our lemon trees, the potatoes in crates, milk crates. We have tomatoes, green peppers, onions, garlic, leeks, chickens, lots of stuff growing over here, and some bulbs and another lemon tree.